learn how to be a content machine, and we're on the go. So it's 11:30 p.m. and there's proof right here. Look, boom. When you look, it clearly says 11:30. All right. Hey, we're on it. I wanted to take trades. However, I think it's important that we stay focused on what's important, which is learning how to be disciplined and persistent with consistency on what you do. So in this case, I want to fix up on the way it works. But you know what? Let's do this face to face. So here's the thing: you need to be persistent with your system that you have. If you're not gonna be persistent, bro, it's all gonna go to shit. And then when bad habits build up, you're gonna think it's on the outside, on the external factor. But it really starts with you. Trading sessions. Start off with what you're doing consistently. If you trade Asian session. If you trade New York, make sure you take your trades to New York. If you take trades every day, all day, I don't recommend. But if you're that type of trader and it works for you, then continue making sure it works for you. And you do that by having a game plan that works. And you can only do that with data. And you can only do that with a journal. If you're not actually working on what you're doing, it's all gonna go to shit. Pardon my language. Excuse me. You gotta tighten it up. So we're gonna talk about some examples. I don't want to try to spend the charts, too much chart time, too many charts, yada yada yada. But that's the only way. So let's do this. I'm gonna keep it light and easy. I don't like making things overcomplicated more than it needs to be. So, okay, I'm gonna give you two examples. Bad drawing, but it is what it is. Deal with it. You'll get my point. Say you trade at one type of session, New York, Asian, London, it doesn't matter, whatever you do. And you're used to seeing this pattern right here for cells, where it breaks structure, right? It breaks structure, so you decide you're gonna take your entry. Fuck. Sorry. Right? Okay. So it breaks structure, so when you decide to come back in, you're gonna take it. Easy. Right. This case, let's keep it at 1-on-1. However, when you start changing up what you do and you change sessions and it breaks structure, just understand that two things could happen. Three things. One, that it could go your way. One, two, sorry. It could go your way. Two, it could go against you and you lose your trade. Or three, it plays out. However, let's be honest. 99% of traders are not profitable. And here is why, bro. The reason being is because you're not thinking correctly. Let's think about probabilities for a second. And why I say probabilities is because you're still thinking in scarcity. Tighten it up right now. If you have six eggs, this is probably a bad example, but I just want to talk. I just want to get my points across, even if the point doesn't make sense. There could be six eggs across. Bad example. I don't even know what I wanted to say. The point being is If you change things up and it's not what you usually do and the result doesn't go your way, you're quick to disnavigate on what's right. And then more and more bad things start happening over time. And you're thinking that it's the external thing, but it's really you. So why am I even talking about this and doing this right now? I want to look for trades right now. It's 11:30, bro. However, even though I could trade right now, I want to get hot. And I know if I want to get hot, I need to stick with what I do for the most part, which is taking my trades when I take my trades for the most part. New York says when you do more, you need to understand that you need to get wiped at what you do more. But if you're doing it sloppy, then what's the point of you doing it? Less is more when you excel at what you're going to do. For example, gold could either go two ways. It could consolidate and not do anything at all, or it could go up, or it could go down. It's gonna do whatever it wants. People have their own way of looking at the market, and we all look at the same thing, and yet people get different results all the time. So get good at what you do. Get good with what you're doing yourself. The majority of you guys are stuck in the process of watching other traders, watching other people get results. Motivation and inspiration, motivation and inspiration can only take you so far. You need to learn how to have that in you and just go. And I'm saying that so you could get hot with what you know. You're not going to get extremely great and you're not trusting what you're doing. And it starts off with changing the way you think. Why? Why are you taking trades when you're not supposed to? Maybe you can, but it increases the probabilities of you losing that trade, and you know it's going to get you frustrated. Why take it? Why do something that you know is wrong, and you're still going to do it? Because there's other factors that play a role. So you need to check yourself. Another point. There's a real psychology thing. For some fucking reason, pardon my language. Sorry about or whatever. Is that we get funded, traders get funded all the time, and we lose those accounts. And traders don't even get paid out. No payouts, but we get funded. So meaning you know how to trade, but if you run a personal account, you can go out withdraw. However, you don't have enough funds. Why? That's the way you think. Okay, so change something up. Understand that there's so many ways to get wealthy. It's not just about trading. First of all, shout out to the teachers. Shout out to the custodians. Shout out to the people that are able to know what it really is to be wealthy. People can make millions by having a regular job, but let's be honest, majority don't. It's the way you think. So trading is the same way. To develop the skill set means to develop yourself. To develop yourself means to do things that you probably don't want to do, but you know you need to do. Let's go. Another thing. Why not talk about more trading? All right. So I can't just leave you guys with nothing. Let's go. All right. pattern recognition is real, especially when it comes to trading. It comes to the point where you see this, you see these moves, and your mind picks it up, and you know you've seen it before. So you're able to follow market structure more attainable. There's traders out there with hundreds of charts on their trading views, and they're executing. Shout out Ali Trades, bro. Hey, homie, dog. You're buff now, bro. You're fucking huge, dog. Okay, so if you're one of those type of individuals that are able to execute in all types of pairs, make it work for you. No, just because you know how to read doesn't know you're gonna be able to do it. What's worse about a trader is when you know you're right, but you don't execute. Hundreds of thousands of traders know what price is doing, but they just can't execute. And if you're there, it's okay to be there, but it's time to change things up. A lot of people think it's about strategy. Maybe I need to add another component. Maybe I need to change another thing up. Maybe I need to add. Bro, shorty, all you need is just candlesticks. But it is nice to have something else, right? But understand that indicators are laggy. Indicators don't really do a lot of what you really think they do. I'm willing to debate people on that. EMAs, SMAs, bar graphs in the bottom, Roth. I mean, bro, so many indicators, sessions. But the thing is that, bro, I need. Sorry about my poor professionalism. I need to get better, better lightning, better background. All that is coming in time. But now I'll deal with this. Well, I lost my train of thought for a little while. Well, Paris. So where I'm going at is once you're able to understand pattern recognition with your system and game plan, hey, everything else comes easy. You just gotta show up and execute and understand risk. Don't over leverage when you can, and don't under leverage when you don't need to. Find your sweet spot and grow with your sweet spot. Don't get comfortable too, and understand it's never enough, bro. You could make X amount of dollars in that one trade and get paid out, but repeat the process. Cool, you got paid out 1,000, 500, 2,000, 10,000, 30,000, 100,000, a million, 2 million. Okay, repeat that shit. Do it again. Are you just a one-off pony, or are you really a professional? Are you really a pro? Repeat it. Do it again. 'Cause it's not about the money. If it was about the money, which it starts with the money, it always does. But then you really understand, and you get to the point where if you really want to be great at what you do, it's not because of the money. It always started with your why. Then you'll go somewhere. Cool. You have money. Cool. You got a little, you got the materialism that goes with it. Awesome. But you really think you're gonna get respected for that? Because my point of view, for the majority of individuals, it should be more as of a, well, yeah, obviously you're gonna get it done. Because then if you don't, then what? The problem is we all get touch a little bit of money and we'll get content. So be better. And to be better, that means to get better. When there's low volume in the markets, you should not be looking at charts. You should not be doing something when you know you're not should be doing it. Don't take trades when you know price is consolidated. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It all goes on. It never ends. Could you say the pi equation right now? No, I can't either. But the point where I'm going at is, dude, it never stops. The result you get today should never stop you from growing. The loss you take and it hurts, it gives a little scar to you. That's cool because that's just knows it just knows that you can do it again, and it could go the other way because it's all flip of a coin. Part of growing is understanding that it hurts, but if you shift the way you think, it doesn't hurt. It's expected. You really want to stick the same. Let's be fucking real with yourself right now, bro. You really want to grow and be the same individual you always were? God, get better. But to be better, you need better habits. As you can tell, this is not trading, man. Because when you start trading, you understand it's all about self-development. Cool. You have a bag now, bro. But are you really content with just the bag? Cool. Faulty pressed again. Cool. Cool, bro. Get some help. But when are you gonna realize you only got yourself? It's cool talking, you know what I'm saying? It's good letting go and letting God do everything for you. But you know what's even better? When you show up when things ain't going your way, when you still decide to fucking decide to show up. And it don't matter if you can't even perform. You show up and you get a rep. You might not be able to take a physical rep, but could you take a mental rep? Because if you can't even take a mental rep, what makes you think you could perform? Yeah, you could show up and execute. Bro, there's a big difference executing once and inconsistently and doing it or doing it over, over, over again. You should never hold yourself to just a certain bar. It's disrespect to yourself, bro. You should always want to be growing. Now, how does this relate to trading? It doesn't mean to start over risking, over trading, putting more than you can. Stick to what you know. And if you don't know what you're doing, good. You're in a good spot. Time to pick your shit up. Learn. And don't just learn. Learn how to execute. Learn how to apply it. Learn how to be persistent. Because if you can learn how to be an elite in one skill, you could be elite in two skills. If you could be elite with two skills, you could be elite in three skills. But first, you need to know and understand and realize what it takes to be elite in one skill. Because if you're good at one skill, you're just average. People lose their soul while living life. The reason being is on the outside, it could be perceived as happiness. But bro, when you're in the tombstone, you really think you're gonna be happy with your life? Why not just go all in? But understand the meaning of all in. It doesn't mean you put yourself with your back through the wall, hurt, injured, and need to get yourself through that wall. Stand up and get out. You can, bro. Put the gas on your ass and do that shit. Okay. But honestly, a lot of that doesn't even change outcomes. You use that as an excuse to stay there. So instead of putting your ass bastard through the wall, why not just put your back against the wall? Instead of duking yourself into a bigger problem that you can't solve for yourself. You really think I have a problem with myself making content right now, talking to you, and I have to wake up at 5? No, I'm used to this. I just need to learn how to contain it and know what I'm doing before I do it. So I'm gonna just go off, and I don't want to just go off. I really want to understand what my intuitive is doing or what it's doing. Because why not? I'm in control. I'm letting God do everything else. You're trading, it should be the same way. Show up. What's your game plan? Execute. Result doesn't matter. Get a little dopamine from that result. It's natural. Focus on what's next. It should always be like that. And understand that it's cool to be independent, but you know what's better than that? Knowing that you truly are independent. There's two different meanings, two different versions. It's cool knowing that you're able to relax and understanding how to enjoy the little things of life. But you can't enjoy, you really cannot enjoy those little things in life if you don't put yourself in the ringer. Tell me this. You know what your favorite food is. You really think you're gonna love and enjoy what your favorite food is if you eat it as soon as you wake up. You get doing a task, you're like, you know what? Let's eat it again. Brush your teeth, take a shower, boom, do your job, do what you gotta do. Lunch comes in, brunch comes in, you eat the same thing again. And then some time goes on, you're not hungry, but you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just eat for a little something. You eat your favorite food. Then dinner comes, you eat it again. It comes to the point where you might even be hungry, but you're not even gonna want to eat your favorite food in it. You're really gonna want to starve yourself because you're gonna get sick of it. Which to the point of you should be sick with your decisions at times. Because you can't outrun your lives. Only you know if you're growing or not. And if you feel some type of way when you're not growing, good, get better. Some need wake up calls. I needed some. Some don't. That's good. But truth is, it's not. Because it's never great enough. It's never good enough. It really don't matter on what you decide to blossom in. Because it's expected from it's expected for me to show up and perform at what you want to do, get great at it, and destroy the competition. It's expected. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean disrespect. You know, you're part of your niche. You're like you're in, right? You still gotta be people person and present yourself and behave present yourself. But at the end of the day, you know, people will see you and they will either like you or they won't like you. The truth is, they can't live the life you live. So why not just mold yourself with the life you're living and get better and better and better? People lie, numbers don't. You could lie about your numbers, but deep in your soul, you know what your numbers are. So, like, really being as transparent with yourself. Because if you're not, good job. You have a cap when you're seeing where you could grow. I still feel some type of way with people that are like that. Because to me, it's harder to live a fake lifestyle than just be real. I don't know. It seems like there's more weight on your shoulders than your back when you do something like that. But there's another thing when you start faking the life you live because you need to manipulate yourself and brainwash yourself into who you want to become. Which that's a whole nother thing. And if you're doing that, good. But at the end of the day, you gotta take what's coming to you and do whatever it takes to get better. Understand that even better is not good enough. The result today is never good enough. Why is it scary? That God knows ruthlessly could be great individual that you could become. But sadly, we still limit ourselves. What as an example, I like to think to myself is let's look at these elite athletes, for example. What's crazy is they're fucking beast elite. Sometimes it looks magical, but God knows that they could have even been better. Next thing you know, we're scrolling and you see a little reel and they're fucking playing ball like crazy with JC and everything, bro. But but that's the point. We as humans limit ourselves. Hey, it's time to change that. So if you're still watching from here on out, good. I need to learn how to make content because to me, it's never good enough to post, and then I get a little insecure with myself because I care what I create. I need to change that because I know I could help people, but I I I let myself get in the way sometimes because it's crazy what I know, and when I execute at what I know, and I let others know, and they apply it, bro, it's crazy what you could get for yourself. And understand what I'm saying is nonsense. However, people say nonsense all the time, and yet some people eat it up, but it's bullshit. Why? Because they live a life the way they want to live life, and people see it, and they're like, get influenced from it. Why not have influence for yourself? Okay? Starting off with your trading. Watch content from other traders to understand what you're getting yourself into and get an idea. But don't lose yourself with it and act like a fan because you're not a fan. You're you. Let's get you moving. It's a beautiful thing, bro. Life is truly beautiful when you're able to see the dark side of life and yet still enjoy the little pretty things and the big things. So let's get better, but understand better is not good enough. Like this background, this fucking background sucks, dog. Like, bro, I'm bullying, bro. The back of my mind is like, yeah, I'd rather have the views with the lights on, lights shining, so you guys can see it. But you guys don't give a fuck. 'Cause you guys are still watching. Hey, let's get it. If money makes you, stop watching. Understand where your values lie. Create content, bro. Be you. However, don't act a certain way. You don't act a certain way. Therefore, don't trade the way you don't trade. If you trade a certain way, trade that way. Some beginners don't even know what I'm saying right now. In other words, when you're learning and you're applying what you're learning and it's working for you, don't change things up. Let's become great at it. When you're not getting results, apply what you're learning, tweak it. Only you know what you gotta tweak. And if you don't know what to tweak, start working within a lot more. Because like sometimes we look external for things. It's great to have ChatGPT as a resource, bro. However, you want to rely on something for the rest of your life. Let's learn how to use our intuition. Let's learn how to use our own proper energy to get the result we want. Trading is not difficult. Don't let the false narrative of 99% of traders fail, which is true. But why does that statistic work on you if you're a one on one? Why are narratives entitled to you when you really think it doesn't impact you? Don't let that illusion get stuck to you because it's just an illusion, bro. Get after it, bro. Get fucking after it. The sooner you realize, hey, you could get this shit, it's the faster you understand God has already blessed you. The crazy thing is, people get stuck in narratives, can't be gratitude with things they already have. So they can't push forward, start looking past tense on what they really had. Life was better in 2016. Life was better with this, that. Homie, what the fuck? What about now, bro? What about the years to come? I still find that really disrespectful, not to yourself, not to God, but to the future you, to the future self that you're creating. How are you thinking? It's good to have experiences and memories and remiss here and there. But bro, let's be honest. Most of those experiences are with people. And and the crazy thing about people is that with the time, majority of time, those people don't even give a fuck about you. I said that because it's true. Only your small little circle cares about you. Believe that or not. A lot of you need to experience what it's like to get betrayed or negative impacts with people to really understand how people are. For some dudes, it's probably having their homie fuck their girl. Thank God I never experienced that. Oh my God, bro. But the thing is, some of you experience that and let that get the best of you. Some of you let a small problem be a bigger problem and gets you frozen. But the thing is, dude, I have continuous, bro. Bro, I could play some little baby right now, bro. But hey, life goes on, bro. That song is in my head right now, bro. Cool, bro. You're working on getting better. That's nice. And sometimes you might have that self-talk of repetitiveness, and it will get to you. And then a new voice will pop up. And you think it's depression because you're not getting the results you want, and there's friction. You're grinding. However, you just have to find a way to get to the baby oil, bro. You have to find a way just to make it happen, bro. And the best thing about it is that why stress about it? I mean, you could really just find peace when you know that you're looking for solutions. When you're a problem solver, you really want to problem solve with chaos around, you can and you will, which is awesome. That's part of that's part of just being it. But you can't do that repetitively if you don't build the right habit to do so. It's a new day already, in less than 60 seconds. I need to find ways to improve these upcoming 24 hours than my previous 24, than my previous 48. It, and it's ways that you won't even expect. It's not just about getting better at a certain task. Understand that if you want to be good at one thing, at one core pillar, and that foundation wants to get built, that means that the other pillars need to be strong enough too. It means that the habits you have on one side must be as equally consistent, disciplined, and persistent with the other things you're doing. If one pillar is heavier than the other, it's all going to come crumbling down. Why? Let that sink in. Why? It's a snowball effect. It's easier, in my perspective, to grow a snowball than it is to dissolve a snowball, especially when you're in an environment where the snowball is growing. Hear me out. If you're around negative all the time, what do you think that's gonna happen to you? If you're around positive, that's too cliche, bro. If you're around people that put in effort, what do you think that's gonna happen to you? It's contagious. It's a disease, dude. No matter who you are, it will get to you at some point. So, are you gonna let it be your poison, or are you gonna let it be your medicine? Are you gonna sip from it, or are you going to be forced? Because either way, you're gonna flip a coin. Either way, you're gonna just take a sip of the cup. You got no choice. What's easier for you? And for a lot of you, the answer is not what you think. For a woman, a lot of women can relate to this because, well, the same goes, and it's right. Beauty hurts. Shorties go through pain all the time. You know what I'm saying? just so they can look, you know what I'm saying? But why? All right. Hey, bro, when we do what we do out there, we still get up and we still fuck those older fools up. Why is that? It goes, dog. It should be our animal instinct to improve and not look back. Clearly, you're gonna make mistakes, but don't eat yourself for it. Let's get better. But I want to say majority you're not gonna get better because I just know the more content I create, the better I get with talking, and so on and so forth. For a lot of you, this is gonna be like a drug, bro. Because I know how it is. I know the position of consuming, 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 consuming. And some of you might be stuck consuming my content, which is good because I provide value. But understand, bro, just because you have value doesn't mean jack shit if you're not applying it yourself. You don't want to be that ding ding ling, that individual that knows it all but has nothing to showcase. That's the worst type of person to be around with, by the way. I want to change that, but as of right now, keep that. You don't want to be that person, bro, that knows it all but can't prove it. If you do know it all along, a lot of what that is, do something about it. It's funny when I'm around people that are content because I'm content myself at times. I'm just like, God damn. I could see the comfortness and how comfy it is. But do you really want to be comfortable? Because after a while of being comfortable, that should be fucking hurting, bro. Don't you get up from the bed, from the couch, fucking back pain? No back. I'm over 6 foot, so I know how my knees feel after a while. Hey, no matter what, we're gonna have problems. Are you gonna let that stop you from growing? Hey, there's a reason why people, when they become elite at what they do, they start getting recognition from it because they recognize it from themselves. The beautiful thing, what I've experienced so far, is that people treat me some type of way. If you know me personally, you know this. And some girls told me one time it was because of my height. Shardy, it was not about my height. I get it, my height got to you. I get that, but it's not about that. It's about my essence. Crazy thing is, a lot of these MMA fighters that these people look up to, I respect some of them, not a lot of them. Some of them, when you look at them in person, a lot of you are bigger than those individuals. But yeah, when you see them on TV, they're crazy. But when you feel to realize that people respect them, not just because they're fighters, but because of who they are, hey, that's how it goes. When you see businessmen, you see how majority of them get treated. Why is that? It's not because of the bag. It's not because of the tuxedo. It's because of the way they carry themselves. The way you present yourself matters, but understand that presentation starts with yourself. It's clear as day whether you really want it or not. Just say you want it. A lot of people like the people that talk about it and prove it. I don't know if it's because this is me, but I like the people that shut the fuck up and just do it. It takes longer sometimes. Sometimes it just takes about observing and just understanding the environment where you're at and what you're doing before you actually do it. Outside might be perceived as lazy or as just not caring or whatever other words that come with that. But sometimes it's just about really getting a grasp before fucking wiping it all out. I like working with those people. I like looking at those people do their thing. There's competitions I like watching. Bro, now I'm ranting, so you can click off. However, I understand there's still people out there that like long content too. So, and value is there, rants are there. My watch time goes up, so that's there. Everything's there. This can be cut up, all that. Clip farming. Eh, Am I gonna do it? I guess I'm gonna have to do it because no one's gonna do it for me, right? I could pay some, but so point being that she's gotta do. Wanted to rant about a certain topic, bro, and it just lost my train of thought. Like, I started thinking about Sam and his ranting videos when he's grocery shopping. Okay, you value yourself to the point you're gonna take action in some things and some things you're not. But the truth is, a lot of those times you don't want to take action in those things, and yet let that be the excuse to not do things you really need to do. And deep down in you, you want to do them too, but you hold yourself back. You're not holding yourself accountable because you're scared of what could actually happen. You start living in your dream life. The dream that you have is actually a reality. Because when you live the life you start expecting you want to start living, it should be easier to maintain it and grow with it instead of having it in your hands, getting it too hot and losing it. And now it's hard for you to get back up. It's good to fall back up if you're able to get back up again, go after it. But truth is, you let small problems be a big problem. So you get up and you let a little scrape, and then that little scrape turns into you ripped your ACL. Funny, you didn't rip shit. But boo hoo, you got a little boo hoo. Dude. So now you want to get kissed by your boo. Like, come on, bro. And I don't, nah, it's too soon to talk about this, about what I wanted to say. When you wake up and you go to sleep, and then when you wake up again and you go back to sleep, when you wake up, you go back to sleep, it should just be on go. It's not even about being a go-getter or a hustler. It's just about self-development within yourself. Stop letting external things be who you are, because that's not who you are. Who you are is what you do with the inside first, not the outside. Damn it, my computer fucked up. Oh well. Hey, it's 12 in the morning. I'll see you at 5-ish in the morning. We gotta get to working.